Hey YouTube, taking advantage of my free time to make a vinyl update with some of the records that I've gotten from the last couple of weeks. These are all from record stores. None of these are from eBay or online or anything like that. I didn't know when the next time I'd get a chance to make a video would be. I've got 4 shows this weekend, which is really exciting. Doing some more recording, logging some hours at the shop, all that good stuff. Let's get started. I'll try and be brief. Gil Scott-Heron Brian Jackson Secrets. I Have Winter in America. It's awesome. This is 1978 Secrets. This is also awesome. It's slick, you know. It's a lot more commercial than the previous albums, which might have turned some people off initially, but I think consensus has come around. It's a pretty kick-ass record. I enjoy it. This is Sly The Family Stone's Life. This is an original, first pressing, 1A. Some Dr. Deadwax knowledge for you. And there's no year on the back. I think it might be 69. I'm not sure, but this is where it all starts to come together for me. I have a copy of the Greatest Hits and a copy of Stand that's actually really beat up. So this is kind of my first, good copy of a Sly The Family Stone record, and I hope to get them all over time. It's a really good find. Stoked on this. Very excited about Charles Earland's Live in Black. This is a Prestige. I think that this is also a first pressing. It's a great find. Me and Catherine were listening to it over dinner last night. Purple label. And it's just intense. I used to have an aversion to live albums, but albums like this are the reason why I don't. You can't make this in the studio. This is the audience is feeding the band, the band's feeding the audience, and by the time you get to side 2, they're just destroying it. Fantastic record. So excited to have this. Great listen. This is a record that looks like a Smiths record. Kind of sounds like a Smiths record. The Housemartins, London 0, Hole 4. Featuring Norman Cook, later Fatboy Slim. This is 1986 on Elektra Records. And, I give myself some grief sometimes for having all these bands who sound like the Smiths or were influenced by the Smiths, but no Smiths records. Smiths records are kind of a tall order. You're looking at least $20. This is only a few bucks. It's very twee, kind of wussy sounding almost, but I hear the lyrics are biting. I don't really listen to guitar pop for the lyrics, but maybe I'll get a wild hair and read these. Also really love this seal. Be a great tattoo. Nice record. Solid pop. Indie pop. Really good. Then we've got this copy is a replacement of Catherine's copy, which was pretty beat up, so got rid of it. Ideally, would like to replace a lot of the dollar records eventually. This is a great copy. This is perfect almost. I didn't replace it immediately because I figured I'd come across it in a shop, and I did, and I got a great deal on it. Employee discount on this one. Had to wait several weeks for it to get out of the new arrivals before I could take it, but very good. It's my favorite Elvis Costello, I think. A scratch copy of that does not do it justice, because it's a very elaborate affair, and now it's just restored its original glory in our collection. We have everything else by him, from My Aim Is True to Spike. Now it's complete once again. Very, very excited to walk into All Day Records in Carborough and find this. This is an original Australian pressing from '81 on EMI Parlophone. It doesn't have any liner notes. I'm not sure if it came with liner notes, but this copy doesn't have liner notes. The only other time I see the Church in stores at all is Starfish. So this was a total surprise and a really good price, in great shape. Their first record. That leaves me with 2 more of theirs that I need to get. 3 if I'm counting a compilation. This is kind of a nice label. Sorry the lighting's kind of weird. Parlophone. They obviously have a reputation for serious, artful guitar pop. This is a lot more cathartic, emotional, raw, and youthful. Very energetic, great place to start, and of course the guitars. The guitars, that's what it's all about with the Church for me. Totally stoked on this one, you guys. Lastly is Silly Sisters. They would later go by the Silly Sisters, but this is Maddie Pryor and June Tabor. It's billed as English folk revival, I guess. This is awesome. This is so well recorded, so well performed. These 2 voices are incredible together, and the instrumental flourishes. I think there's all the singers and players on this were big in the English revival scene, and this is just a fine product. This isn't an original. It originally came out in '76, I believe. This is an '84 on Shinachi, if that's even how you say it. It's got a nice thick paper stock. Here's the label. This label looks familiar. I think they do a lot of folkier stuff. Don't be put off by this cover here. These 2 girls kill it. These 2 women, excuse me. Check it out. I've read about it a bunch on the internet. If you guys haven't heard it, even if this sort of folk music isn't your thing, I think this is worth a listen. That's it for the updates. Thanks for tuning in.